What's up, everybody? Literally going up streams in the Narrows, but I wanted to just do a quick intro on this video because it's going to cover 3 principles of finance. I think 3 secret rules that are never talked about but are the most important to me. Sorry, it's getting a little deep. I promise if you take the time to finish this video, your entire purchase and savings behavior is going to change drastically. And whether you're in debt, whether you are saving a little bit or you don't know what to do for investments, this video kind of covers it all. So get ready to learn the 3, I think, most important but most uncommon principles in finance that will help change your life.
To kick off this course, we're going to talk about what I think is the number one or one of the most important words that comes with money and finance that no one really mentions. It's not saving, it's not investing. It's the word intent. You see, where your money goes, your energy and life flows. If you continually spending money on fast food, then guess what your body's going to do? It's going to naturally gain weight. If you invest in education, guess what? Your life is naturally going to get better because you're going to get smarter. You're investing in yourself. So where you spend your money, it actually, what I think, is part of your identity in a way. Having intent behind every single purchase, every single place that you spend money, online, offline, if you're investing, if you're not investing, these are all things that if you don't have intent or control over, and most people don't, life becomes stressful. Because if you don't understand your relationship with money, you don't have intent to where your dollars go, then it's chaotic. Look, you may disagree with me on this point, but in this world, if you don't have a great relationship with money, life's going to be hard. Life is tough because this world that we live in revolves around money. So having intent, if we talk about how do you have a positive intent, it's about being first, I think, conscious, right? So when you're conscious about money that you earn and money that you spend, all it means is that you're thinking about what is happening to your money. See, I think my wife, who, by the way, I got my approval to bring this story up, before we moved to Ireland, became minimalism, started traveling the world, before we found clarity and before we had intent, true, pure intent with how I feel, at least today, where my relationship is with money, and my relationship is growing as well. It's always growing, can never know it all. But she explained a story where her routine, built in her routine unconsciously, was after a hard day at work of stressful end of the week, she would end up going to Target, and she called it retail therapy. She would then go and buy some clothes she didn't need and buy some other things that seemed cool, and then would walk away with, let's say, a $50 to $100 bill. That would happen once a week if it was a normal week, and then if it was a really bad week, might even happen a couple times. This is very common. This is a very American thing to do, is as an outlet for something in your life that isn't going right, you want to find an outlet to make it better. And it's very unfortunate that a lot of people end up taking that outlet into spending your money unconsciously without intent, right? So how would intent play in this scenario? Well, if something at work was causing stress, drama, if there was conflict in your life, inside or outside work, having intent would mean the dollars that you spend on a physical object, clothing or whatever, alcohol, these things aren't the real reason that are going to make whatever caused this problem go away. That's not having really good intent. That's not being mindful of where your dollar's going. All this is doing, if you don't have intent, that's where you end up spending money, and then you wonder, where did all the money go, right? When you have intent, you'll realize there's something else you should do to try to alleviate this problem or outlet or stress. It might be exercise, or it could be even more direct, trying to face the problem directly and saying, either this person at work is causing me stress or it's my job, and trying to look at the bottom line reason why you're really unhappy or unsatisfied. Having intent's massive, absolutely massive. So I often think a lot of people have very common goals. We all want to have a great relationship. Everyone wants to be in shape, and we all want to be rich. Or some people, maybe they don't want to be rich, but everyone wants to be comfortable. No one wants to wake up stressed in money and have debt, right? We can all agree on at least that point. So when you have an intent, it really comes down to when you put money, I have a true fundamental belief, I truly believe in this, where you spend money is how your life is going to change. So we go back to where those things are. If you want to have a better relationship, where you spend money, if you're spending money on that relationship, in theory, it should grow and get better because you're learning and you're improving and you're investing in the relationship, right? If you're investing in your health, then where you spend money or don't spend money because you have intent, you should become in better shape or healthier. So when you go and buy organic, right? When you go and buy whole foods, those things are nourishing your body. You have intent because the real reason why you're spending the money in the first place is to be healthy. That's your intent. So you spend money on health products to make you feel better. Now, to be wealthy, to build finances, to build a financial plan that you can go to sleep at night, not worry about money, that's investing. That's where you put money with the hope that that money makes money, right? So our three basically aspects of life that drive most people is relationships. Again, we have health and wealth. Now, I promise all my videos in this course aren't like this foo-foo type of stuff, but this is super important. Your mindset, how you consciously think about money affects everything. So, relationships, what can it be an example of investing in a relationship? It's very simple. Going on a date, right? If you haven't gone on a date in a while and you're wondering why your relationship's down in the tubes, probably shouldn't invest in a date. And again, intent doesn't mean, it's not always spending. Intent could be, maybe you're not investing in a date because yes, dates are expensive, especially for the bachelor, but maybe it's having the intent to not go on a mediocre date where you're spending money on crappy food, but instead your intent is to create an experience, right? Having intent, a big mindset. Same thing with health. It could be, so buying organic, or it could not be buying junk food, right? You're having intent.
Hope you're enjoying the video so far. Just wanted to make a quick note that this is actually the first video in a course that I have that's on finance and how to build wealth, and the entire course literally just cost $1. I made it that cheap because I want everyone to take it. If you want to see the full course, make sure you just hit the link in the description. Otherwise, back to the lesson.
What's crazy is having intent. If you truly know your intent on each one of these, it can protect you. Like, it can protect your money and your longevity, right? Because we all get hungry. And so fast food is always the easiest option, convenience sake, and we're hungry. We see another yellow M, so we're like, we got to go in there. But if your intent is, well, I'm trying to be healthy, then hopefully, in theory, if your intent's pure enough and strong enough, and it's true of a reason why, you won't spend your money there, and you'll drive an extra 5 minutes to go to someplace healthier. And finally, wealth. So this is truly, and this course is going to get down into investments because this is I think it's made to be complicated when it shouldn't be. And hopefully this course is going to break down, make it much easier when it comes to investing. But there's more, I think, psychologies that drive us, but these are basically the main three. So having intent's a big deal. I think as a practice, as a rule of thumb, this is one of those videos you can walk and already start implementing right away, because you're probably going to spend money on something today or tomorrow, definitely this week. And so what you need to really think about is the intent onto why. Is this true? Is this where your money is going? Is this truly fulfilling your purpose? Is it in line? Are you consciously spending? Do you have the right intent? Those are the questions you need to ask. In this course, you're not going to hear me say you need to not drink Starbucks, and if you gave up Starbucks, a $5 latte for 30 days, that's $150. And if you invested that, that could grow into $1 million over 40 years. I'm not going to talk to you about that because I'll speak for sure, definitely on that point right now. Like, I love going to coffee shops and I love coffee. I don't want to give up coffee. I love lattes. I'm happy to spend $5.35 on a latte every single day because that truly gives me, it fulfills me. It makes me happy. I enjoy it. And I have the right intent to spend my money on coffee and to stay in the coffee shop and read a book. It is worth every single penny. It makes me happy. I will defend that every single day of the week because that is totally aligned with my intent. Just to flip on the other scenario, so when I go to a bar and I'm meeting with friends or something and I order a $12 cocktail because you feel like you should try this. This is like really hard to go to a bar or a restaurant and not order a drink. For me, it's tough. It's hard. I get sucked into people around me and friends grabbing drinks and they ask me, do you want a drink? I might say no the first time and then it's just so tough. The environment is so hard for me. And drinks are expensive. You buy a couple drinks, you check, your credit card or whatever, and boom, like you spent 20 to 40 bucks on that night on a few drinks and an appetizer. That to me bothers me because I know alcohol specifically is not aligned with my intent. Alcohol does not give me the satisfaction, does not fulfill me. And when compared to like coffee, I would much rather spend those $50 on more coffee than on $12 cocktails or full of sugar. So like those are, and I'm being fully transparent, two black and white scenarios of where I do feel like the intent is right. I look back and I could care less how much I spend money on coffee because it truly makes me happy. Whereas on alcohol, I know that's not in line with my intent. So again, the questions you need to ask in terms of intent where you spend your money, the next time you spend something, does this give me purpose? Now, if you might be like, Adrian, like, I just bought a sandwich. Like, I don't know if this sandwich gives me purpose, right? So there's another question that you tag along on this. Do you need this? Need this? Do you really need another pair of shoes? Do you really need an other shirt when you have 30 and a couple that you've never even worn? Do you need it because it's on sale? It's on a discount? Does that mean you need it? No, the answer to all these are no, by the way, in case you're like, do you need this? Does this give me purpose? Do you need this? And I'm gonna add one more thing in here, another question to go with our health. Does this nourish me? Right? If you, like most people, I've never met actually someone who's like, I would be really unhealthy. So I'm taking a guess here, but I'm sure that you want to be healthy. So these three questions I hope to protect you because I think about it every single time I spend money. Okay, utility bill. Do you need this? Yes, you need it. Okay, you got to do it. Sandwich with chips and a soda. Do you need this? That could be argued because I think if you're trying to optimize your savings, let's say like you've dug yourself a hole, you're trying to get out, and you got to. There's a whole course section here on optimizing and saving. Well, the soda and the chips, I would argue you don't need this. You need the sandwich because you got to eat and there's more nutrition in there. But the chips and the soda you could replace with the water, right? And seeds or some other thing you could buy at home. And then does this nourish me? So that's a good one because I think when you're stuck, especially if you're younger, one of the most things people spend money on without intent, they get stuck, is social, community-based going out. That's a really nerdy way for saying going out. Going out to eat, meeting up with friends at bars and restaurants is, it's a downer on the wallet. It sucks. It sucks, especially if you, your friend group right now, that's how you guys hang out and stuff. It's very hard. Again, you can put in those environments where you got to really put up your guard. But these 3 questions have protected me. My really cool thing I can say, I feel like my habits have always been good, actually. Like there was times I could have saved more. I've definitely made so many mistakes, but the one thing that I think is really cool for me to share now, and I'm 31 years old, is my very first job out of college. My bank account was literally $0. I made $27,000 a year, and I had a side hustle. I was coaching dance, and that probably made like $3,000. So let's just call it 30 grand my first year out of college. My bank account started at $0. And at the end of one entire year, I had $3,000-ish in the bank. I think it came out to like around it. I saved 18% of all the money I made when I only made $30,000. So however much money you make, unless it's less than $30,000, you might be in college still or school, like $30,000, at least by American standards, is not that much. It's a little better than minimum wage. And if I was able to save 18% based on that, that's encouraging. You should take that and be like, okay, if he can do it, I can do it, because I'm no one special, right? And these questions have always guided me. How I got these habits and behaviors. I had amazing parents. My dad was an immigrant, came super poor. We're filming this at my parents' place right now. And my mom also grew up poor, and she saved and worked hard. Both of them worked hard and were so frugal. So a lot of this, of my foundations of saving and being frugal and optimizing came from what I've learned from them. But these 3 questions to end this video. The next time you purchase, I want you to practice this consciously every time you spend money. I'm not saying you need to even change any habits at this point. I just want you to consciously think and analyze and ask these questions. Does this give me purpose? I don't care how small or big your next charge is, but do this. I want you to do this for a week. Do you need this? Do you really need this? And then, does this nourish me? Nourish, again, doesn't even have, I could argue nourish isn't just about food. Totally nourishing could definitely be of your mental well-being, right? If you, I don't know why I just thought of this. If you buy a naughty DVD, does that nourish your brain? No. But if you bought a book, it would be nourishing your mindset, right? Your brain. So I hope you enjoy this intro video onto mindset. Living with intent is something that has been a big goal for me. It's actually my word of the year for this year. Everything I'm doing right now, I'm trying to have with intent. And I can say I feel like I'm doing a really good job where I'm spending my money, what I'm doing for fun, where I'm spending my time, who I'm spending my time with. This philosophy goes way beyond money, but it's in life, to have a life that you love, that you've built with intent and purpose for everything that you do. It's been pretty special. It's a very powerful word to me. I hope you can adopt it in areas of your life as well. Hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure you're getting experience outside the screen and to the real world. God bless. Comment any questions you have below, and peace. $1 is the brand new price on my new course that teaches the base on how to understand money. I'm not a financial advisor, I'll tell you right now. The course is taught through my personal experience of generating a 7-figure net worth before the age of 30. Check it out here.